everyone, welcome to Session 2 of Australia-New Zealand Combined Racing League Special Event at Le Mans. So Session 2 probably take place from 5 PM all the way to 3 time progression wise, 3 in the morning. So we're expecting some racing at nights. This is Matty C. King, your host for today, and beside me I do have Slide Science. Welcome. So Session 1 pace was very high, to be honest. So the guys are currently practicing at the moment, so by the looks we've got only a couple of minutes left. So they're probably just getting their setups ready. Some new drivers in the car as well. So as I said, definitely be racing at night. Let's hope no one loses their headlights. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's see if we can replicate the same pace as well. So practice is finished. So in terms of qualifying wise, the adjusted times are in, and then they will all take off in incremental times. So with the L and PH, Sato end up coming first in his class there, so he'll take off at the green, and then you'll have Aussie Carters, which is currently in from Aussie Carters and Got Gecko. They're currently in the A&M Racing Audi as well, so they'll take off about 14 seconds after. It's just the way the incremental goes. So then we can get on racing. So 2 hours. Oh, the Porsches had a good battle with the Aston Martin in Session 1. They were strong. Very strong, especially when it comes to strategy-wise. A 2-hour race, we're looking at a couple pit stops here. They seem to have better fuel economy than the other GTEs. I think only about 2-3 litres more, but that can get you quite far down the road. So from first session, we had the Corvette come through, the Corporal Corvette of Jetto and Commander Cirrus end up coming home in first, so they'll take off at the start line. We had Gear 3 Gaming Green Knight in the Chip Ganassi Ford. They'll take off 6 seconds after the Corvette, and then Metal Drive and Datto Racer, Datto currently in the car, in the Besmore Racing Aston Martin will take off 7 seconds. So incremental. People who've kind of had worse things, the way the formula works out, it's more triangular, so you can make a mistake and still only take off about 35 seconds behind the leader. So it closes everyone up. It's still anyone's race until Session 4. You won't know that until the end. Looks like we've got Night Pegasus still out. Night Pegasus is still out on track running. So. Porsche, yeah, there he is. Bigger brother to the 911. There's a Porsche advertisement right there for you. So he looks like he's got the car stable from practice. The car looked very stable during the race. Session 1. So he's doing it by himself, Night Pegasus, all 4 sessions, so he's got 6 hours of racing. Just easing up by the looks of it. Boy, the Porsche looks nice. It's such a nice looking race car. Yeah, it looks like so it'll be cloud at the start of the race going into night. So it is a 5 PM start. We'll be running till about 3 in the morning. So I hope all the pit crews have got their Nescafe Blend 43 on hand. That's the thing about Porsche. They've mastered the art of liveries. Alrighty, so quick practice. Only one lap time, but yeah, so this will be the quali session just to kind of get everyone in line. So I'm not expecting major pace, probably just the leaders go out. So I think dark racing, then probably Aussie Carters, the Woodies and the Pegasus. There's the Toyota. Flying the Japanese flag. Just the difference in car sounds are just really nice as well. Yeah. That's such a nice shot coming out of the plane through the curve. It's got the Audis behind. Smaller tanks, they do run the diesel. Yeah, they're very high downforce. Look nice. Don't know. Not too sure if GTEs are out yet. They're in line, so Commander Cirrus and I think Cirrus is in the car there. There it is there, the B2 Bomber. That car sounds awesome. There. It does. It just sounds like, especially down Mulsanne, it just sounds like it's cruising. The revs don't sound too high. It's just easing into 300 k's an hour. It's a yeah. So yeah, Gears 3 Gaming teaming with Weary Knight, and so we'll see Weary Knight in the car tomorrow. They've put themselves in not a bad position, to be honest. Gears 3 Gaming was very quick, session 1. Drove a very, very good, very, very solid race, to be honest. Just consistent laps. The Ford GT might not be the quickest car down the straight, but where it lacks in speed, makes up in braking and cornering. There's the Aston Martin. Got into a scrap early with a couple of Porsches, but managed to pull away. Nice drive from Metal Drive there, though. Yeah, very, very good drive in session 1. Especially when the headlights come on too, they're bright. You can see them behind you. Yeah, and Dado had a lot of pace in practice as well. He was very quick. I think overall, I think he set the second quickest time, I think, behind Cirrus, so... So there's a BMW of default trap. Yeah, I mean, it looked really taily in the hand. Jumping around a bit there, bit of ping. That is, don't worry about the unrealistic driving there. You got the Porsche behind as well. So especially through forward chicanes, you got to be careful. You will get a lot of. Ooh, what's happened here? Is that a spin there, or is that continuation of damage from last race? I'm not sure. As I said, Slide will be in the car tomorrow, so I'm not expecting any biased commentary from you tonight, Slide. It's a yeah. So it looks, there's all the LMPs. Probably not from the start. Not from the start, so I think we got the first one going away, then I think it's 14 seconds, and I think Night Pegasus comes off, I think, 48? 55. Okay. So they're going to have a bit of traffic to deal with, because I think all the GT3 cars are gone by the time Woody leaves. Yeah. So they're going to have to weave their way through. Same with Aussie Carter's there. He's going to have 2 LMPs. He'll probably catch them probably coming towards the first chicane, so that's such a good shot, just all line astern. So there seem to be a bit of issues in regards to overtaking the LMPHs with their closing speed. They just, especially when you start coming upon GTEs that have a little bit of damage, or I know with the blue flags in this game too, they're not as quick as they. Not as quick as you'd like, so by the time you get the blue flag, you've already got 2 headlights right behind you. Yeah, they're easily doing 50 k's more than the GTEs. Especially when you start going through Porsche curves, yeah, they just launch through. So we've got Gears 3 Gaming there, heading towards Indianapolis. Ooh! The curve! Oh, that's awkward! Oh! Very, very good awareness there from Cirrus. And that's blinder than you think through there too, because Indianapolis is not a slow corner. Especially in the GTE, it's for 3rd year, 120 k's. Default trap there in the BMW. I know Porsches have great liveries, but boy, the BMWs do too, especially their M colours. Yeah, so they're all just kind of setting up the grid in terms of lap times and all that. So yeah, the LMPHs have kind of worked themselves out there. So Dark Racing will be taken off first. Aussie Carter's Woody Lizard, followed by Night Pegasus. Dado's jumped into 4th there, but don't take too much of that because that's not how they will be starting. Yeah. Oh, the growl of that Aston Martin there. I just feel like saying, it's Racer. Dado Racer. Got the BMW there doing... What's happening here? I'm not too sure what's happening. Back to the Corvette there. Corvette's had some very good GTE cars over the time as well. Especially the old Corvette. When they brought out the C6, that was a fairly successful GT car. Apparently in neutral. Also don't pay attention to that. There. Nice and smooth through there too. And Mulsanne straight. One of the best straights in the entire world. Up there with the Kemmel straight, Conrod straight. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Down to the Mulsanne corner as well. Named after the small village which is located at the corner. Very important to get this right here because you get a good run onto this straight here. Opens up the overtaking opportunity heading into Indianapolis. You need to be confident with the car as well. Because down a gear, smooth through there, braking into Indianapolis there, stays away from the curve as we come to a nage. Driving the Corvette very smoothly there. It just surprises me how they've got the little kind of cameras working behind for their rear vision mirrors. These are technical. Technical. You need commitment. You need to be confident with the car. You need to have the car just float there. If you start losing kilometers coming out of the curve as well. Especially towards Ford chicane. It's 5-10 k's on order there if you can come out of that Porsche curves quickly. And then we come to even more technical as well here too. You lose so much time if you get those wrong. The last one's very tight. So it looks like they're kind of getting all their time sorted. Yeah, it looks like they've all sorted their times out. The Ford GT Jeep Ganassi. They all sound so different. They all strengths different as well. You won't see. Back to. It looks like we just got default trap out there at the moment. He's had a spin. Bit of damage on the front there, so yeah, damage is fully on. So do see if there's an accident. Do see cars coming in to repair damage. So we do have a 2-hour race. In terms of strategy-wise, most cars will be probably pitting in twice, possibly 3 times, depending on how they save fuel. So you can even the stints out and do a couple of 45, 40-minute stints, or maybe a 50-minute and a 50-minute, or probably more 45, 45. Or if you say you do have a collision with the wall, come in, top up the tank. You're running clean air as well. Yeah, well, session one, everyone went in for a splash and dash. I was surprised by that. The pace was so quickly. We had Sato set a 3:15. That is fast. That's qualifying pace. So you'll see the staggered starts. So Dark Racing and Cirrus will go off at the same time, and then they'll all go from there. So I think in terms of order, Dark Racing and Cirrus will go at the same time. Then you would see Gears 3 Gaming, Datto, then Aussie Carters. I think then the rest of the GTEs, Woody Lizard, and then Night Pegasus will come off last. So that'll probably be the order you see cars take off with. So we'll need to keep an eye on Aussie cars and see how he negates the two GTEs in front, because they take off very closely. So they'll easily be behind each other, probably become the start of the Mulsanne Straight. In terms of GTEs, it's probably easier to really just let the LMPH car go. It's just more effective to lose a couple of tenths than fight it, spin it, have a contact, and you start losing seconds and even minutes, depending on how hard the contact is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the guys are just sorting out their procedures at the moment. So we're right to the start of session 2. It's going to be a good race. I feel the pace is probably going to be just as quick as the first session. You've got to broadcast. Are you... Have you got the option to click? It is clicked, is it? Okay. Hmm. So you don't have that option, do you? Ooh, that's odd. That's very odd. That is strange. I'm going through my settings on here to do it, but what I might quickly do is start another party, see if you've got the option to do that as well. Bear with me for a sec. There we go. Let's see if that works. Have you got that option there to... That is very strange. So, this Cirrus and Dark Racing is gone. Yeah, so I do have the Twitch app set with party chat included, so that is odd. Keep an eye up on Aussie here because he does have to go through all those cars. He's closed down up on them quicker than I thought, to be honest. Oh, that's tight. Dado lets him through though, that's good awareness there. Definitely. Yeah, so they should be fairly quick, to be honest. I have all broadcasts set on. That is so strange. How they're still not here. Yeah, everything's set on my side as well. So we might just have to fight on and continue. So ANZCRL's blasting down the Mulsanne straight here. Keep an eye on jump onto a Woody Lizard there. Looks like he's starting to come up to a lap traffic here. So let's see how Woody Lizard can go weaving through. Because the way these cars close up is huge. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Who's he got next? Looks like Default Trat's up next. There's Default there. Let's see if Default... We haven't seen the true potential of Default just yet. Good showing today would be what he's after. So you see the LMPH car just catching up. Oh, that's an awkward play. Just look at the closing. Oh, he's had a... Oh! Oh! Sato goes through. That... Looks like Night Pegasus has lost a wing there, has he? Or... I'm pretty sure Porsche has a front wing, or rear wing. That's odd. Maybe the game hasn't rendered for him. Yeah, he definitely does, yeah. Ooh. Looks like Woody's catching up to Speedy the Bandit as well. There's Speedy there going through the forward chicane, so he's weaving his way through the traffic quite well. See if you can leave the party and come back in, Slide. Yeah. No worries. So we've got Speedy the Bandit going through Dunlop chicanes. Woody's still stuck behind here. Oh, Speedy runs a bit wide there. This is actually costing Woody time here. Should get a good run out of here though. Easily passed. We've had Sato in pit lane as well. Just jump onto Sato there, Slide. So I've had a look at Sato's actually pitted, and so well, Night Pegasus has no rear wing sadly, but Porsche was definitely in pit lane, especially from the lap times there. They've both done 57, so I don't know if there's been an issue there with Sato. He's had a spin maybe through Dunlop curves, but he's come in. Could be a good strategy play as well, I'm not too sure. Aussie as well. Yeah. So, very, very good start. I do feel for still time that Night Pegasus can make up there though. So this is a long race. This is 2 hours. Knight may bring in some things there. He's coming out of pit lane. Definitely had a rear wing. It just looked odd. Still a very long way to go though. The Porsche is easily probably the nicest looking car. So the pace should start easing out there. Dark Racing's done a 3:19. So they're all probably doing their first initial flying laps, so just see their pace relative to each other. A good pit strategy can get the brothers back in action here. They did very well with their pit strategy. Session 1. They were right on the money there too. Good 10-second gain. So we got Woody catching up to the Ford GT as well. So there's actually been a change of position there too. So Dado's now officially in front of the Ford GT there. Oh, gears. Wouldn't lose too much time, just other than that spin. Toyota was always going to get past him. That's probably the first mistake we've seen of Gear 3 Gaming, to be honest. He's been racing a very strong. Still about 30 seconds in front of Speedy the Bandit by the looks of it. Default trap's still going as well. Hey, I don't think he's pitted. I don't think he's pitted as well. So he's powering off for another lap there. That thing wouldn't be fun to drive for default. Probably wouldn't hurt to pit in and get some repairs, fill up the tank and run some clean air. You can make some good time in the clean air. Even put some... You can even put some fresh boots on there too, and you can really start actually knocking down some lap times. Would have... I think already they're running fairly light aero, just the way the straights are, and so it makes the car very... Yeah. He's making some good ground there. Still probably losing time compared to the others, just the way he's had to overtake, but Dark Racing stretched that gap out to 20 seconds. Yeah. Strong pace here from Dark Racing. Still trying to play with the settings. Yeah, my settings was all good to go as well. Got everything on. I think we just got one of those Twitch glitches, because I know the Xbox app on Twitch sometimes does this. Oh, we're still watching a good race here though, Slide. Even if they could only hear me, we're still watching a good race. Back down the Dado there in the Aston Martin. Dado's keeping up here with Cirrus here. He's definitely overtaking Gear 3 Gaming, so the Aston's actually up into second overall here. There's the Corvette. Dado had some pace in practice, so... Boy, that Aston sounds good. Through the Porsche curves here. Looks like he likes the setup as well, because he's keeping it planted. Oh, they're all sound like so. Yeah, through his Ford chicane here. Lights ablaze on the Ford GT as well. Yeah, so Woody's had to go through the traffic because all the GT3 cars, when we started the race, has already started the race. He's had to feel his way through every single GT3 car, so that's probably why he's back from the original starting seconds. I think he did get held up by a Porsche as well, especially after the Dunlop chicanes. So it looks like Sato as well has just got in front of Default Trap there. So, ooh, 2 wheels on the dirt there. Bit of whippersnipping. The grass is luscious, it's growing quickly. We need to trim the sides. So down the, heading towards Dunlop curve here, using all the track there. Be definitely a different change to him. It's from session 1. Here's Sato. He's going for the dual podiums in the LMPH with Dark Racing, and he's also joined this team here with yourself and Timmy. Slide Science and Timmy and Sato all sharing, so double duties. Looks like their default trap's gone into pit lane there too. So he's finally called it with the damage. So, not a bad idea. Oh, he looks like he's had another one too. No. No. It'd probably be also, when you start having damage, you start burning your engine as well. Oh, he's kind of missed the exit of pit lane there too. He's sending polystyrene flying. I've done the same thing. I've the benefit of the doubt there. Let's hope he hasn't got a penalty for that. Just a warning. Yeah. Definitely. Back to Dado there in the Aston Martin. He's keeping Cirrus honest here. Definitely keeping him honest. Actually, all three of them are keeping themselves honest. Yeah. Speedy the Bandit, he seems to be having his own race at the moment as well. Setting good pace though, he's done a 3:59 flat, so just having his own race. Sharing with Captain Cranky, I think. We've got Woody in pit lane. Is this a damage stop or have a look? Nah, it's a fuel stop by the looks of it. No. Not too sure. Not too sure. Hit the we'll actually go through the fuel loads of all the guys as well after. Not too sure, so 62 litres in there. So this could be actually a strategy play if he's deciding to get out of the... So it looks like Dado's got 28 litres in there, so the Audis do chew up a lot less. Oh, it's the way they kind of are. They got a smaller tank, so they do run the diesel. And in real life, if you're running them bone dry, you got to bleed out the system and all that. Let's hope that doesn't come to pass. Aussie with the 30 litres as well. So Woody's just pit in, so he's going to have to weave his way through traffic again. Kind of the double-edged knife there, if you pit in. You lose time. Just jump onto Dado there for me, slide, and see the gap between gear. We've got a... Okay, so it looks like gear's up to 10 seconds now, so he's actually closing in on Commander Cirrus here. Corvette, so he's been putting in some pace. Looks like there might have been a half spin from Gears 3, because he's actually dropped back quite a lot in Gears 3 gaming. Yeah, he definitely has, because Speedy's under 20 seconds behind him now. It looks like we got Woody Lizard behind him too. Was that... Yeah, there it... The second chicane on Ulsan straight. Just look at this, just the speed of these cars. Ah, it's one of the Audis. Could be Aussie or Dark Racing. Yeah, it's Aussie. So he's also got a bit of traffic as well. Oh, that is quick through there. Keeps it stable as well. No, they don't. No. Oh, so he's going to catch the GT3s during the Porsche curves here. Oh. That is the worst place to catch them too. See if he gets right on the back of Dado there. It's not much he can do. It's very risky going down the inside there. He's just got to kind of bide his time. Can easily get through there. It's just an awkward spot, and it's very unfortunate for those guys. Those guys are getting bitten hard by the traffic. No, Got Gecko had a couple of issues with cars hitting him at Porch Curve as well. Just so unlucky. So he's caught up to Commander Cirrus as well. Should get the exit out there. Woody Lizard. See, yeah, he's catching up to him as well. If you want to jump onto Woody there. There we go. Oh! Looks like the Audi, is it? Yep. So they're all kind of catching up to. There's Night Pegasus there. He has, yes. Don't pay too much attention from the timing because it's definitely not 2 seconds. So I think Project Cars is having us giving us a bit of the wobblies here. So we've got more bollards there than we did last session as well. Down the Mulsanne straight. The pace is still up, to be honest. There's our timings. Yeah, so best laps. Aussie Cardis is a couple seconds quicker at the moment. Dado is doing really. So Cirrus though, it's only a 10th between them at the moment. Car should be driving a bit more straight for him. Yeah. Let's hope he's got headlights, actually, when it comes nighttime, because that's going to be a real issue. Especially in this part of the track where there's actually no lights. He's jumping around a bit there, though. That's the ping. Yeah, it'd be good to see if he can actually consolidate a good race, to be honest. There's Sato there in the Porsche. So, actually, the fuel load he's currently got at the moment, looks like he could actually sit there for a while, to be honest. So, yeah. And then the LMPHs as well. No, it looks like it was Woody. Yeah, it's Woody. Oh, he's stuck in the Porsche curves. What are the odds? You got a 4-minute lap, and the only time you catch up to a GTE car is through the only part where you can't actually get past. Let's hope that Aussie Carters has got through as well, because I know he was behind Commander Cirrus, so I think he has by the looks of it, yeah. Just a comment from one of our guys, Got Gecko, he's definitely agreed with us. One of the worst places to catch a GTE car's Porsche curves. Flashing the lights at default there. Oh, that's very good driving there from default. He's in his own race at the moment. You got to race your own race, and an LMPH race is not your race. No.
back to Dado there, and so they're still keeping each other honest. It's bouncing from about 2.5 seconds to about 5 seconds, so they must be trading pace at the moment. Gears 3 Gaming looks like he's dropped back a fair bit, to be honest. Yeah. He had an absolutely good, brilliant run session 1 there, so he's going to be giving the car to Weary Knight, and Weary Knight definitely has pace. As said from the, especially the Formula Renaults, currently leading Tier 2. Slide's been very unlucky with those cars at the moment. They're his kryptonite. There's default as well, so just enjoying his own pace. So he's going to cut. Those guys are actually going to put a lap on him at the moment, so probably no point fighting him. So I think in terms of assist here, they're running realistic assists, or what they have. So most of these cars actually do have traction control. So most guys will probably be running it. So I know I certainly would be if I was racing. Runs a bit wide there. Just let him past. No point fighting. Look at the aero wash effect there too. Like, looks like we got an element. Look, maybe Night Pegasus is catching bumped as well. So, yeah. Oh, and he's gonna reach him at the worst point as well. At the moment, it's spin the wheel and see where the LMP car lands in regards to overtaking in Porsche curves, because they've all have to do it. It's just had to bide your time. You're going to get the run out of that anyway, so you lose a couple of tenths just to make sure you got a very clean pass. Patience is the key. It always is the key. I can't believe that though. Every time we go onto Porsche curves, we have an LMP car stuck behind a GTE. It's just Speedy the Bandit here. He's having his own race. I think that damage has been on the car for a while, to be honest. I think it's always had the nose slightly pushed in. I think that was a car we looked at in qualifying that had the nose a bit iffy. Yeah. So let's hope he hasn't added more damage to it. So currently at the moment, Dark Racing has he's actually said he's almost his quickest personal best there. Doing 3:17 threes. And Aussie Carter's there in the 3:19 as well, so they're setting fairly good pace. J-Rod B's just commented, take a shot every time an LMP car gets stuck behind a GT3 at Porsche curves. Mate, if I've got $1 every time that happened, I'd be rich at the moment. It just seems to be where it catches up. We've got Aussie Carters heading towards Porsche curves. it's a good sight because there's no GT3 in front of him. So it looks like Dark Racing's got just under a 30-second lead. Second there, Woody's. Well, the LMPH cars are now finally back in the order that they were. So Night Pegasus, from having no rear wing, has actually done a phenomenal job to actually get back up into pace as well. He's done a really good job. So we got Woody Lizard in the Toyota as well. The 330 there. He's probably had some traffic, so this is probably going to be his first lap he's got actually in clean air. He's always had to be overtaking GTAs. This isn't going to be new to him. 330s with traffic is actually not a bad effort. Right on board with him as well on the Toyota. Apparently he's in first gear. He kisses the curve there. Gives that one a smooch as well. Nice exit out of the forward chicanes here. Let's do a lap on board with Woody. Down the front straight there, heading up towards Dunlop curve. Keeps it in wire towards Dunlop chicanes there. Down a few gears. I'm actually under the Dunlop bridge. So the sun's starting to go down too, so it's sunset at the moment as well. It's interesting to see a few guys aren't using the curves as well. They're trying to stick with us. Definitely on. Could you just jump onto Commander Cirrus as well? Jump there. So Dado's actually closed massively up there. So Dado's only about a second 8 behind, so we might see this battle warming up too. Yeah, he's definitely closed. Definitely closed. 156.1 from Dado. He's got that. As I said at the start of this thing, these Astons seem to light up when the sun goes down. That's probably because it has 2 more extra headlights, but it's just The thing we don't know yet is how hard is actually Cirrus pushing. He could be saving his fuel. He could be running it on normal instead of. We could have Dado who's actually picked up the pace here. We are expecting pit stops, probably 2 pit stops from both of these cars. I'm expecting. When could even the stints out. So Cirrus could be saving. He's definitely picked up the pace though, Dado. So the race for GT3 lead is actually on. Looks like Gear 3 Gaming's made another mistake as well. He's dropped back another 20 seconds since last time too. So he's not finding his rhythm in this race. Or it's just the straight up pace from the guys in front there. If you consider just the way that these are too, if you consider kind of a minute behind, he still gets off probably 30 seconds come session 3. Looks like we've lost default trap as well. Yeah, this battle's warming up nicely. The effect of the slipstream too, once you get close enough, is definitely in play as well, especially down Bullstorm Straight. You can also set up for a nice overtaking position down heading into Indianapolis as well.
Yeah. It just looks planted, the Aston Martin. He is. He's definitely closing that gap there. The two low grunting cars are together, but even Metal Drive and the first session seem to, especially towards the end of the stint, just start catching up. Yeah, Knight Pegasus looks like he's catching up though, but don't trust the timing. Oh no, they're 22 seconds behind, so it's not 3 seconds. He's done well considering he's found the start of the race with no rear wing, so he's done really well to get there. I think him and Woody are a lap down though, however, so both of them. Oh, just the difference in sounds. That Corvette just sounds phenomenal. There's probably not many cars that sound that good. Datto's definitely there, it's almost under a second. These two definitely were the favourites coming into practice, and they're definitely together now. Ooh. Possibly the effect of aero wash there. Wouldn't be running a lot of aero in here. Go on board with Datto here. This isn't James Bond here. There's no ejector seats or anything like that in this. So yeah, last lap there, so Cirrus has done a 3:56.3 and we've got Datto there on a 3:55.8, so they're both actually pushing very hard. Oh, both the leaders have pitted in as well. Dark Racing 40 and Aussie Carters are in. With the invisible pit crew. Let's see how fuel strategy goes. So they came in. Oh, Aussie's going to get stuck behind a few GTEs by the looks of this. Oh, Sato's up to 8th. Looks like there's been a change of position there. Speedy might have some damage there. So maybe he's actually added to the front contact that's already... Yeah, he definitely has. There's headlights that have gone off in that car now. It looks like Speedy's had a slight accident. He was doing well there too, Speedy the Bandit. He was just in his own world here. He's dropped a ton of time. He's dropped about 20 seconds by the looks of it. He was only 20 seconds behind Gear 3 Gaming, so he's dropped a lot of it. He's done a 4:12. That's actually not bad pace from Sato there, a 3:57. That's really quick. These cars are already very nice on fuel. Oh, it's on here now. They're close. Coming through an arch here. Are we expecting some side-by-side racing at Porsche curves? Let's hope there's no L&P car behind. Oh, this is good. That's a great view. On board with Datto through Porsche curves. Under the Michelin Bridge. There's flames coming out of the Corvette there. Maybe it is running jet fuel. It already looks like a stealth bomber. Heading towards Ford chicanes here. These two battle of the going down.
of the rising sun. This is going to heat up spicy at night. Gains so much time through the forward chicane there, Dado. He's got this hooked. A second quicker on that lap there. Commander Sirius with a 356, 355.6 for Dado there. Through Dunlop courtesy there. Oh, uses all the exit road there, Dado. He's surprisingly going fairly quick for someone that's in neutral. See the effect of the slipstream through here. Bit of aero wash there. He may get a slowdown for that. Oh, yeah, here's the slipstream here. This is on. He pulls side by side of the Corvette here. This is the lead for the GT3 class. And Dado is passed. Aston Martin now sits in prime position. Let's see if the Corvette can fight back. He's going to get the Hunters now become the hunted. Because the slipstream is going to be in the Corvette side here. Oh, no, it looks like Dado might have... He's keeping pace. Actually, Sirius is closed in under brakings though. Yeah, the Aston's quick. They do produce their speed differently though. Actually, the Corvette's closed in here. This is going to be heat up nicely into Mulsanne. Oh, Dado spun! Oh! Locks of the rear brakes there. Wow, that was reflexes. Wow. I was not expecting that. That could have been a phenomenal accident there. Wow. He's actually going to be quite mad with himself there, Dado. Just needs to get back into a rhythm there. He's definitely fast. Jeez, that was good racing there. This whole Le Mans so far has just been so close. Jetto there saying that was close. It was very close. Oh, Sirius has done well to avoid that. Look at Sato there. So Sato's actually doing some good pace here. He's closed about 10 seconds on Gear 3 Gaming here, so he's definitely in contention here. If he just keeps chipping away. How about... Got a car that's very good on fuel as well, so looking from the pit stops from the lead guys, it seems to come back to normal. So Aussie and Dark Racing seem to be back to the same gap. Here's Aussie Carters here. Here comes night time. We should start seeing some flames coming from exhaust pipes and stuff. Some good pictures come around here. So we are running from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the morning. Have the Nescafe Blend 43 in hand, guys. This is going to heat up in the night. So we have lost default trap. He's disconnected from the internet, which is a shame.
But there's also always Session 3 tomorrow. There's Dark racing there. Woody. Third there too. It's just the way the diesels are. I hear something grunting. Nice. Very low there. Must be behind a Corvette. Yep. You can just tell which car's coming up just from the noise. See, Commander Sirius's heartbeat would be pounding after having an Aston Martin spin in front of you. That was close. Has anyone else got a penalty slide? Just bring up the timing and we'll have a look in terms of penalties, so... Oh, he's got a 1 second penalty there, so that's probably a very tough call from Project Cars. Just a slight 2 wheels off. All the GTEs are still together too, though. Looks like Speedy the Bandit's picked up some pace as well. There's Woody Lizard there. There's Speedy with the one headlight. Yeah, it looks like he's gone in and had a pit. So the damage mustn't be too hard on the car. So night is closing in nicely here. This is going to heat up. Braking here. So yeah, coming up to an hour, which is good. Halfway through. The pace is still there though. They're still going at quite a quick pace. Looks like Night Pegasus may have to come in for a pit stop though. Ooh, he run. Oh, he saves that well. Let's see how Dado's done catching up to the others. He has had a spin fighting for the lead there. Looks like we've got an L&P car behind him, so it looks like another one of those L&P cars have caught him at Porsche curves. Makes it about the 5th time this race here. So he's about 6 seconds behind, so just kind of consolidate that, get the pace back up again. Definitely was catching. He definitely had a lot of pace there though. In terms of last laps though, Sirius has done a 3:56.3 and Dado's also done a 3:56.8, so they're still pushing hard. Then we got Sato, which is actually the third quickest car at the moment in the Porsche. Probably about 5 seconds lap quicker here, so he's going to be catching up to Gear 3 Gaming at the moment. He's dropped about a minute back from these two guys, so definitely not a 2-lap race, but it's definitely a two pit stop race for these guys. LMP's probably 2 as well, 2 to 3. Yep. There's Gear 3 game. Yes, Sato's now under 20. So Sato is catching. Still not a bad showing there from Gear 3 Gaming. He's been very consistent. He's done a damn good job to put that car up to where it is. no worries. Go on to Dark Racing 40, we'll do a lap with him. There he is there as the sun goes down. Comes through an arch, heading up towards Porsche curves. Currently the leader of the race. However, I have been noticing the Aussie Carters is actually starting to take some time out of him though. Looks like he's been held up 329, so he must have been held up in Porsche curves. So that must have been the Audi that's been held up. 22 there, so under the Michelin. Keeps it wide, the light's almost in full effect now. Under the Ford sign heading towards Ford chicane. Come into the Ford chicanes here. Using all the curve possible there. Hasn't been a lot of whippersnipping this race so far. Guys have stayed on the black stuff. Kind of just feeling themselves through. Up through Dunlop curves here under the Dunlop bridge. Night is, I'd say, almost officially in. This is important that you don't have a slight accident and lose some headlights. From experience, with no headlights at night, that's not a good drive. So I'm just still looking at lap times here, and Sato is still consistently quicker than Gear 3 Gaming. Darky seems to be running 317s if he's not being held up. Yeah, we'll go through everyone. So we've got Aussie Carters here in second at the moment. Sitting about 22 seconds behind the leader here. So he has closed it up from 28 seconds, which it was after pit stops and cycle. So he hasn't done a bad job. It here in third. Yeah, they have to. Oh, that was wild. Over the curve there. So this part of the track is actually public road. So it does cut through the town of Ulsan, which is why we got the quarter named after. The little village is parked right on the corner. Not a bad little complex here. Also got the smaller Bugatti. Circuit here, which you do see a lot of the superbikes run, and just lets him through under braking there. That's good driving there from Cirrus. Doesn't lose any time for both of them. Both can run their normal pace. So run through night. Pegasus is currently sitting in fourth. So he's had a tough start of the race here. Within the first lap he's had no rear wing. He's kind of pitted in. He's catching up to his younger, the smaller brother of the Porsche. So let's see if the Porsche went through. Looks like Sato's in front of him. Oh, brilliant from Sato there. His own race. Sato's still quicker though. E3 Gaming. Only by a couple tenths though, so I've had to let a couple of cars pass by the thing. So we'll go to the GTE guys, and we've got Commander Cirrus currently in the Corvette, sitting in first. Dato's actually closed back in again, so it's head towards 5 seconds. Both of these guys are pushing hard. 355. Oh, it looks like they'll be pitting probably either this lap or next. 7.4 litres. Actually, it's a very good lap time there from Commander Sirius. He's actually set a 3:55.9. That's probably his quickest lap of the race. So that's a very good lap there from Sirius. If Speedy the Bandit's driving his Porsche with damage to get to the first stop, he's done an absolutely brilliant job. I wouldn't be surprised that's what he's done. That is phenomenal driving from Speedy. He's the master. Dado comes, they're all in the pits. We'll get the timer out and we'll see what they are from stop. Just jump back onto the... We'll time Dado's stop and we'll see if he's gained any seconds. We'll see how much they've stopped. So there's Sirius. You normally get 2 stints out of the tyres with here, so... Most of them will probably be in this lap. They're all fueled around the same. Fuel's done, and maybe a little fix of the damage here. The Corvette hasn't moved out as well. This is going to be tied. Long stops from these guys. Sounds like the Corvette's come through. There's Sirius. Sirius is out beforehand. Oh, I can't see if Dado's left yet. Oh, Dado's just left there. So it's about a just over 45 seconds there pit stop there. So when they even out with tyres and all that stuff like that, they'll definitely find out where people have come from and speed-wise. So looks like Dado's possibly lost a couple of seconds there, so that's not a just not bad in terms of strategy for the Corvette. Looks like we've had another LMPH meet GTE car on the Porsche curves. Maybe Aussie Carters. From the looks of it. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, definitely. I gotta commentate this, so J-Rod B, who's been telling us to take shots every time this happens, he's the one who's going to be taking the shots for us. You're going to have to take 2. So, will Speedy overshot the pits there, or...? I don't know if that's a thing in here, you overshoot and have to kind of move backwards. So, by the looks of it, it's a second gain for the Corvette from the first lot of pit stops. So the number 26 Corporal Corvette B2 Bomber has done well from the first lot of pit stops. It was a very good in-lap from Commander Sirius as well. Especially setting his personal best the lap before. That's very good, very strong pace. Right, Pegasus is catching up here. So they might meet coming into Indianapolis here. Because Knight is fully in now. Oh, the flames from the Corvette there. That's a shot and a half. Let's hope he gets past before here, otherwise it's another car into Porsche curves. Runs a bit wide there, Sirius. Looks like there's a few LMP cars coming up, to be honest. Just go on to dark racing, I think. Yeah, it's dark racing, it's catching. Oh, here we go. And it's officially another LMPH car stuck behind a GTE car through Porsche curves. So patience is the key here. There's no point diving down the inside and taking two cars out. This is actually the leader in both classes here. So they're all getting held up in this race here. It's just the run of the luck. It's just the unlikelihood of that corner just being the natural bottleneck always seems to be the case. Yeah. I think Dado might be in front of him though. Yeah, so Dado's actually starting to close in on Cirrus as well. Gears 3 Gaming's jumped out to 1.5 minutes behind as well, so these two are definitely starting to stamp their mark on the GTE class as well. Sato still looks like he's closing in on Gear 3 Gaming actually, so it might be a battle for third soon. In about 15 minutes time. There's Speedy. So Speedy's actually made some time as well, so he's definitely made time as well. Actually, no, Sato's actually behind Speedy here. What's happened here? Is there damage on the front of Sato, or...? It definitely looks like there's damage on the front of it. The headlights are still on, but you can definitely see there's some damage on the car. He's done a 413, so maybe it's just pit stop or he's had a spin somewhere. Jump on the Speedy, the bandit there, so yeah, there's definitely something that's happened because Sato's lost a ton of time. He's lost about 40 seconds, Sato. Was closing in on Gear 3 Gaming here, so Porsches have been unlucky. Oh, look, Taylor there too, though. It's going to be a free pass for Night Pegasus, maybe? It's Gear 3 Gaming. Just doing his own race this time as well. Nice trail braking through there, especially from the Speedo. I don't get that advantage of trail braking as I'm on a controller. It's either full brakes or full throttle. There's no in between. They're definitely doing. The Ford's definitely doing the top speed. All weekend has been doing about 280 in between everything, in between the chicanes. So just looks like the Dado's actually found a bit of pace. Looks like Cirrus though is definitely the quicker two at the moment though. Possibly Cirrus loves the nightlife. He may like to boogie. It's coming into his time, possibly. So that Aussie Carter's dark racing gap's also back to 30 seconds there. There's Night Pegasus there. Trouble on the first lap there. That car looked very strange without a rear wing. I am not going to lie. So that... Oh, without the rear wing, that thing would have been so hard to drive. It would have been so oversteery. Woody Lizard's not doing too bad of a job as well. It looks like the Audis are having to pit in earlier than, because of the smaller tanker, having to pit in earlier than the Toyota, so most likely a 2-stopper, but they could be pushing towards a 3, possibly. Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is. Yeah, there's definitely a car in front. Possibly speedy. Looks like Sato's back in front of us, being abandoned anyway. So they've traded places again. Well, look at the lap times there. Something monstrous has happened. Oh, it's a pit stop actually, sorry. Say even out this pit stops, we'll see what's happened, but 6 minute lap is marks on the cars. Nothing telltale at the moment. I just have a spin. It's very hard to tell if there's been any further damage on the car, because I think one of the Porsches has started with damage in qualifying, so, or visual damage. I don't know if that's affected the car. So there's Sato there. So Sato's actually gaining time. Oh, yeah, so that's a strange one. Sato must have lost a lot of time coming out of pit during his outlap, because he's back on the pace again. But even then, he's still dropped a hell of a lot of time to Year 3 gaming. There, it's now up to 53 seconds. Looks like the Porsche is coming up behind him, Night Pegasus. The big brother coming up. There it is. That's a Porsche advertisement right there too. Yeah. So I was doing about 50 k's quicker. Just even like mid Ulsan, they're probably the most similar they are at the start. It's probably Ulsan and pit lane when you need to put the limiter on. Other than that, there's a lot of difference between the speed and just the way these cars accelerate out. Aussie catching up as well. So Aussie's done a 320 there, so it looks like he's had to weave his way through some traffic as well. The Audi of A&M Racing. Flashing the lights. It's just phenomenal, the light flashing, everyone kind of letting themselves pass. That's good sportsmanship there. Good flash to say thank you. It's what we like to see. Australia, New Zealand combined racing league. We do pride ourselves on very clean racing, as clean as we can get it. That's sitting at 5.5 seconds. It's probably closed up a few, but it looks like we've had traffic. Looks like Speedy the Bandit here's getting lapped. So he may have damage still. So these guys are going to have multiple pitch strategies. Just the standard fuel. They'll also have one for damage. They'll have about 4 or 5 scenarios which they can pop into. Well, they should have 4 or 5 scenarios. They're not a rookie like myself and only have one. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Dado! Oh! What's happened there? Looks like Speedy. That. Oh! That's disastrous. That's what we will talk. Oh, the damage on the Aston Martin there. Aussie's in pit lane there too, but we'll keep our camera on Dado here, if he has any damage or not. That's massive. Speedy looks like he's got a lot of damage there. There was 2 collisions there too. The first initial kind of accident, and then we had kind of the turnaround there. Dado definitely has damage here. Oh no. So we're talking about LMP cars trying to overtake lap traffic here. Well, this is also the same for the same car. Speedy's got a ton of damage here. He's struggling to keep that. Is it Speedy or is it Dado? Oh, Sado. We better make sure it's the right Porsche. It's Speedy. Better make sure we have the. So it looked like we had the Porsche get loose into the braking zone there. So it looks like he's locked the rears, and Dado's just been innocent there. And they've just kind of combined, but that's huge. This is where we're talking about picking your battles, and it's a battle that shouldn't have happened. You're going to run your own race, and you're a lap down. There's no winners in that situation. They both looks like they're struggling. This is... Yeah, Dado's in the pits here. Both of them are. Oh no. Keep an eye on Gear 3 Gaming here, because he might find himself popped into second here. He's currently a minute 22 seconds behind here, but this is definitely going to close that gap hard. If there's a lot of damage on that car, it may possibly be about a minute pit stop. Keep an eye on how long Dado's in pits here. That's huge. This is a game changer. Some respite from Cirrus here though for this race here, but that is just. Let's hope that doesn't. Let's hope that this doesn't get into Gear 3 Gaming's head here. If he starts pushing too hard, seeing that we've got the car in front of him, Dado's come out of pit lane here too, so it hasn't lost him too much time, but it's still a ton of time. Speedy's also come out as well. Yeah, so he has. He's lost a minute here. 45 seconds. Yeah, all the LMPH guys have been pitting him as we've seen that. But that's just... It's just horrible timing. Kinda caught the end of it. Such a strong race at the moment. Dado there, he was also closing in on Cirrus.
So Jeto's also pointed out a good point there that he may also have actually fuel up till the end, Dado too. So this may be okay for him in terms of time lost. But we don't know how... So we've got the track map up as well, too. There's Woody. Woody Lizard there in the Toyota. Sharing with Lockie. Ooh, runs a bit wide there. Let's hope that's not a slowdown or a... Looks like Sato's made a mistake as well there. He's dropping some time on my timing screen. He may have had a moment coming into the Ford chicanes by the looks of it, because he's lost a few seconds. Oh, he's done a 3:59, so he's been pinged for... or lost his lap time for just clipping the curve. Or... There's Aussie Carters here. Other than the LMPs getting caught with a little couple entanglements with GTEs, that's the first time we've seen pretty much one of the bigger guys, an accident between overlapping cars here. We'll see how it goes though. It mustn't have been too much damage though, because it was a fairly quick pit stop. Where he's repaired his aero and gone out, Dado. He's a very strong, crafty race mind there, Dado. If you're building a sim racing team and you have the option to have Dado in your team, it's normally a very good option to pick him. Aussie Carter's here, so it's up to 42 seconds now, so Darky's kind of starting to up the pace there. Aussie's had a pit stop as well though too. So they've all kind of come in. This, I think this may possibly be Darky's outlap here too, so... Woody Lizard in third there, 3:29. Geez, that's a good lap from Saturday, or 3:59.0. He's had some good pace, Sato. They're still running a strong pace, especially at night. Yeah. The track's a bit cooler too, so... Yeah. Less grip, you have lower tyre pressures. There's Gear 3 Gaming there, so... Dado's lost about a minute there, but he's still got probably a minute gap there onto Gear 3 Gaming there, so he's having a very lonely race here, the Ford. Said Weary Knight jumps into the car tomorrow. It's been a very good stint from Gear 3 Gaming here, so... Weary Knight is a handy steerer, so... There's Dado again. Jeez, we're on for a tasty fit. Dead. So that car looks like it's fueled to the end. So this still might be on here. Because Cirrus will have another pit stop. Yeah, a little splash and dash. Because I don't think even if he runs on lean here, I don't think it would help him too much here. Especially with the long straights and the speeding up and Use probably just enough fuel here, and you also got to be careful if an LMP car crosses the line with about 10 minutes to go, you're really racing a 2 hour and 4 minute race instead of 2 minutes. So you don't want to be planning a 2 hour race with fuel for exactly 2 hours. There's Night Pegasus days. Very good recovery job from him tonight, to be honest. He's just driving by himself at the moment, Night Pegasus, so his goal probably is just to be consistent. That's what he wanted to be, consistent, just kind of pick up the pieces if things happen in front of him, so he's not doing too bad a job here. He might run through the order, to be honest, seeing where everyone is in relation. Start with Darky and see how he's going there, so heading into Porsche Curse, he doesn't get a car coming into Porsche Curse. That's the opposite of what we normally see. So he's run a 4:14, so that's his out lap there. So this must be his fast flying lap, first flying lap. Jeez, he's so confident with that car. Has Dado had another incident? Yes, I think he might have. It was odd to see the two headlights. He's lost an eye. So there's... Yeah, he's definitely... looks like he's had another one there. So definitely need to keep an eye on Gear 3 Gaming here. He's done a... Oh no. Oh no. Gear 3 game doesn't seem to be a lot of repairs though, but we'll find out when he crosses the line and when they all come out of pit lane. It was about a minute gap between the two, so yeah, definitely. So there's 18-second gap between the two now. So so he's definitely fuel to finish, Dado. So nice puff of flame comes out from the side there. So they've got an LMP H car coming up behind there. Don't want another incident there. Dado's luck hasn't been on his side this session. He was... That's a shame. Those Cirrus and Dado would have met up in the last probably 5 minutes as well. It would have been on for young and old. I've borrowed that from Mark Scaife, so... Aussie Carter's there, so we'll go back to going through. So yeah, Aussie Carter's is currently second, so the gap's up to 45 seconds now. Consolidating. 3:23, so he might have hit a couple of traffic there. Woody Lizard there, the Toyota, so the only non-German brand there. Sato's in pit lane as well, so he might be putting his last stop into the end. The Porsche does have the advantage of being able to run harder. They do seem to be better on fuel in terms of a GTE car there. There's Night Pegasus as well. Would have been interesting to see how our default trap went, especially the BMW, because I know the BMW has the largest tank. It's not necessarily fantastic on fuel, but it's definitely those extra litres does help. So there, Night Pegasus is consolidating as well, currently sitting in 4th. Very good recovery from him this race, to be honest, so he's... Yeah. I think he's already gone quicker. There's Cirrus there. So, minute 38 in front of Dado there. So, Dado's had some unfortunate luck. That's Sado pit in as well, so only one in the 3 minutes here in terms of GTEs, Cirrus. So this Corvette's looking strong. No, he can just, I wouldn't say chill, but he can definitely brake a couple meters early. Just get it into a nice groove and just be a bit conservative. That's all he needs to do. There. He's got into that groove, and that groove is 3:56.5. It's about a minute 30 in front of Dado there. We'll get on to Dado there. So he's had poor luck. The incident with Speedy coming into the Mulsanne corner. Probably the main highlight of the race so far. It looks like he's had another incident somewhere as well too. So he's had to do probably 2 more pit stops than everyone else, probably come the end of it. Yeah, absolutely. 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 I can't put blame on any driver at the moment. We kind of got the end of what happened, so... Ultimately, it's bad luck for both of them there. Gear 3 Gaming there, he's run as I said, a very clean, consistent race. He's doing the same thing he did last race, just running his own race. That's what you got to do in these long ones. I've always thought this team to be a dark horse, to be honest. I know Dado and Cirrus and Jetto, Metal Drive, they're all putting out good pace, but this Ford GT team, the Chip Ganassi 69 there, with Gear 3 Gaming and Weary Night, they've always kind of been there or thereabouts. Got Sado there, so Sado's minute back now. Looks like he's done an extra pit stop though, so it looks like he's possibly fueled to the end. So this might be a strategy play that puts the Porsche up into third. Slide's ecstatic with that. Then we've got Speedy the Bandit. He's still running his own race though. It's not a bad effort, to be honest. He was doing really well, just hitting out consistent lap times. Looks like he's had a mistake before, and it's just kind of put him behind the 8 ball there. And once you're chasing that 8 ball, it's just so easy to just overstep that car. And we've had default trap sadly disconnect as well, so it would have been interesting to see where the Beamer actually ended up. He had a couple spins, but it's probably, other than the disconnect, it's probably the best showing we've seen from default, to be honest. He was driving not too badly. Had not had a bad pace, to be honest. No. So night time's fully in session, so this will finish at night and start at night tomorrow. So you starting at 3 in the morning, are you? So, oh, that's commitment there, Slide. That is the pure definition of graveyard shift there. Looks like they're just kind of running their own pace at the moment. So the pace has actually dropped down in the 20s. So even Dark Racing here, he's kind of eased up the pace into the 20s now. We're not running the teens anymore. I don't think the track temp's there for him anymore to get the super grip that they normally do. Just to keep an eye on the times there. Dado's done a 4:30 as well. Let's hope he hasn't on again. Hope not, I really do. I really hope not. And Sato as well with the 420. So, yeah, it's been very clean racing, to be honest. Other than our couple of accidents there, that happens. It's racing. There's wise words of a few people. If you no longer go for that gap that's there, then you shouldn't be racing. You got to remember also for a few of these guys as well. This is probably some of their first sessions, so this is Darky's first race. Aussie Carter's as well. He's jumped into the car. He's had practice and all that, but this is the first time he's jumped in the car race-wise. So is Woody, Cirrus, Dado. Sato's actually hopped into a different car as well. Speedy the Bandit. They're all jumped in for the first time, so. Yeah, definitely. It's not even that too though, especially when you start racing side by side. All these cars have different strengths. We've got Woody Lizard catching up to, it looks like Gear 3 Gaming there as he flashes the lights. Yeah, it's 4 GT there. Easily gets past there, that's good driving from both of them. Not holding anyone up, affecting anyone's race there. Dado's pace is back down to the 356s. It's a shame because at that pace would have easily, now we'd probably be talking about a fight for the lead there. So actually even Speedy's brought out a good pace as well, 4 minute flat. I think he's fueled to the end though, Sato. So this is actually interesting to see where this Porsche, how this Porsche strategy. Yeah, just looks like it's Speedy. Is it Sato? Is it? Yeah, it is Sato. So Sato's dropped back a lap. May get that back though, because the Corvette does have to pit again, so it's only a temporary lap down at the moment though. He's got 43 litres left, 52 there for the Dado there, so Dado, I think he's definitely fueled to the end. I think he filled up the car on that incident with Speedy. Under the... Yeah, so the gap between Dado and Cirrus at the moment is about a 1 minute 40 gap. As I'm aware, Cirrus does need to pit again. When, I'm not too sure. It's looking like possibly a splash and dash. Cirrus hasn't got much pressure on, so he could easily be running just normal. Won't be able to tell. So we've had Dado had to do a couple of extra pit stops. So definitely. We'll look, see if there's any other gaps there. So they're still running in the 56s. In fact, Datto's pace has picked up, and he's actually the fastest GTE car at the moment too. Yes. Looks like we've got an L&P car coming behind, is it? Ah, okay. Thought there we've got the same issue we've had most of the race so far. I think it's 6 so far, the L&P car behind her. Yeah, so pit stop wise, considering how time is, Cirrus is probably only really going to need a splash and dash to get to the end. So you're probably really only looking about 20 seconds worth of fuel, if probably maximum. What do you think, Slide? If you would need a lot of fuel to get to the end, Cirrus? Yeah. 15-20 seconds I probably think he needs, so yeah, Jetto there said he's a bit under 30 seconds, so oh no! Oh, there goes his headlights. That's going to be disastrous at the back of the circuit. Oh no! Oh. Oh. That's horrible. He was catching too. Well, I think they were looking good in terms of strategy, to be honest. I really do. I think I would have just had it. Because he's had to come into pit. He's also, yeah, as I said, he's also got the do the race with the no headlights as well. Looks like it was a typical. We only got about what 20, just over 20 minutes left, so it's the double-edged sword there. You push, and it doesn't matter what car, any car you're in. You push and hit the outside curve, especially on project cars. It sends you normally into the wall. Oh, Speedy's had He's lucky he didn't get onto the track there. The Porsches have had a horrible Dunlop sector, to be honest. Horrible first sector. Yeah, this is... I think Sato's already a lap behind, so if they can kind of consolidate, recover some pace as well. Be interesting to see how Sato's going with the no headlights, especially through this sector here. He's not going to be able to see much. He's got through Mulsanne okay, so this is where it starts getting a bit hairy. This part's fairly dark here. Do you want to jump on board with him and see what he can actually see? Get a good understanding, to be honest, because this is the no headlights driving. Oh no, that is horrible. He is a better man than I am, Sato. He runs a bit wide there on the grass. Looks like it wasn't turning into a nage as well. So we've got Aussie cars in pit lane as well too, so this is their final stop, so the Audis are having to pit 3 times.
There's the right way out of pit lane. I know default's decided to do the long way around. Took out the total signs. Yeah, definitely. J-Rod's got it right there. He's definitely map driving. Sato, you got to. You've got to. Like our resolution, or my resolution's on the brighter side considering where I sit, so it's probably a bit darker than what I've seen as well, so that's a tough slog, that is. Yeah, Sato's in pit lane, so he's done an amazing job to get that in pit lane. Kudos to Sato there, that is brilliant driving. Easily 2 sectors of the race there. You could have easily binned it in the wall again there. So Dado is putting quick pace as well on Sirius as well, so it's another 7/10 out, and Dark Racing with the 318 flat at night. That is quick. Definitely. Coming through the Ford chicane there, last one. Still haven't seen Cirrus stop yet. Definitely know he has to. Dark Racing probably also has to pit in as well. Darky would definitely have to pit in. The Toyota and the Porsche might be okay. I don't think they will need to pit. They can get away with the 2-stopper. So it's only going to be a quick splash and dash for Darky. Oh, Woody's going to have to pit in. Only got 10 litres. Ooh, on the limiter there, Night Pegasus. Wow. We saw that last session as well, just right on the limiter. Speedy the Bandit. Dado's back into pit lane as well. Here. He's done a 419, so it looks like he's had an accident as well. What's happened here? So it looks like he's gone full repair here. Pristine. That's very good work from the team there. The COVID rules don't apply to project cars, so they're allowed to have as many. But Gear 3 Gaming has managed to get past though, so we've got a new 2nd place. Consistency is key, and the Ford GT's up into 2nd. Commander Cirrus, Gear 3 Racing, and then Dado in 3rd. He's just been chipping away at the 4-minute 2s. I've noticed him just doing 4-minute 2s. Definitely. Looks like we've lost Speedy the Bandit as well. There's Sato. So we've lost a couple drivers. So Default Truck we lost early. We've also lost Speedy the Bandit now. I'm not sure if that's a connection issue. We'll have to find out. But I have noticed that definitely the lap times there. Dato's done a full 19.1 to Cirrus's 3:59.8. So Cirrus is definitely. We've got to find out if he needs to pit or not though. Coming up real close. He's run a bit wide there. Gear 3 Gaming, I'm not too sure if he needs to pit as well though. That could be the key. He is... Darky will have to pit, yes definitely. Aussie's good to the end. Woody will have to pit as well. Knight, Pegasus, how many minutes left? The under 20. Oh, I think they definitely can't make it. I think normally they'd get about 2 laps, so if he's in this lap, I think he's okay. My question is Gear 3... Yeah, initially I'd probably say yes if he's pitted on contact every time. So we know Cirrus has to. He said yes, but does Gear 3 Gaming, by the looks... Oh, this is tight. We know Dado's 3 seconds behind here, so this race for second is still on. Dado with a pristine Aston Martin now too. So this Aston Martin's probably driving the best, and Dado's seen it for a while. Then we got Sato in the 4th here. So he's just consolidating as well, so... Oh no, yeah, Sato definitely will. I think it's going to be, yeah, I agree with Jeno in the comment there. I think the 4 GT is going to be tight. Really tight. Oh, Sato's had a spin again. Oh, he does a 360 there. That's just for the crowd. Jump back onto the lead for Gear 3 and Dado there, so they're starting to heat up. 2.7 seconds behind each other there. We know Gear 3 Gaming has the chance of making it. To make it, he's going to have to conserve fuel. So he will not be running on rich. We know Dado can make it, so Dado can go fairly hard. Possibly 4 if an LMP car crosses the line with about 8 seconds to go. That's the key. Instead of a 2-hour race, this could easily be a 2-hour and 5-minute race. And a lot of cars will be gone if that's the case. He's going to be running tight here. The 4 GT normally sits about 270 odd, or 280 compared to the Aston's about 290. So Woody's come into pit lane, he's topped up the board. So yeah, the Aston Martin's about 25k quicker. They normally burn about 4 litres a lap. I love these strategy races. These are awesome. Running the numbers in my head here. Yeah, Dado's definitely running rich here. He's got 29 litres to play with. Oh, he looks like he's got a bit of a wiggle out there. Possibly a Janita wiggle. These are GTEs, they're not GT5s. J-Rud here said that Rich down the straights and possibly normal from Indianapolis on through Porsche curves. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, but we've seen that Aston Martin fast round. Dado's definitely been consistently quick. It's kind of all gone downhill with the contact speed in the end. That was the turning point of Dado's race there. None of that 2/3 in. Gear's gone a bit wide there. He's going to be using more fuel if he defends as well too. So if he starts defending hard, he's going to be start using it. So right on board here with Dado, especially in car cam. It's coming up to the Porsche curves here, side by side. You can see the aero wash take place. He gets an awesome run. He's definitely quicker than the GT. Just look at the aero wash compared to the Ford though. Ford can just slip through there. It's not much cars that's quicker than the Ford GT through these corners as well too though. The only one I'd probably say is most likely the BMW. Yeah, this race is coming up. I think we're under 10 minutes to go. I think he's going to the end here. Gear 3 gaming. This is just see the pace here. Dado can just push so much harder. That is the question. Can Dado get his spot back? How's Cirrus going as well? Cirrus is the 6 leaders. He's definitely going to have to probably pit this lap. Go back onto the battle here for a second, because this is on. Here we go. I think Dado's going to get this. Just a pure straight line speed of the Aston Martin here. Just look at that. Gear 3 gaming can't really do much. He's very light on fuel at the moment. There's not much Gear 3 gaming can do here. He's got to conserve if he wants to finish. It's going to be so tight. So Commander Cirrus is in pit lane now too. Up to 30 litres there, so that's a Lux on their side at the moment. So yeah, I think this Dado's definitely got second back here. So Commander Cirrus in first, Dado in second, and Gear 3 Gaming in third. Dado sitting in behind fourth. And then we've had the two disconnects of Speedy the Bandit and Fox. The L and PH cars, looks like we've got looks like there's got a bit of damage onto the front of that Porsche. The Porsches look like it's been pushed in from the start, to be honest. I think one of them, one of the cars is already damaged. Head to the L&Ps. We've got Dark Racing. He's managed to put a minute on A&M Racing Audi. Aussie Carters teaming with God Gecko. Flashing the lights here. Must be coming up to another car here, Aussie. Could possibly be a fuel-conserving Ford GT. I wouldn't be surprised. No, it's a Corvette. Oh, he's run. He's missed his braking marker there. Woody was in third there. Time's closing down as well. Looks like we've just got over 5 minutes left. Crossed the line with Dark Racing as well. He's done a bloody awesome job. Pace has been up the entire time there. Just consolidating the lead there, just keeping the gap constant. Aussie here looks like he's pushing hard. Look at the exit speed out there. Flash the lights to say thank you. I love the sportsmanship here. So good to see. There's Darky. Just the word I'd put it is just chilling, to be honest, because he's really just. It looks like he's doing it with ease. So we've got 4 minutes, so we'll probably get 2 laps after this. So by the looks of this is going to be Gear's worst nightmare, because by the looks of it, we may have this car cross the line and do another lap. He will probably need to pit in. I can't see him doing 2 more laps in 12 laps. It is going to be so tight. I'm going to jump on with Gear 3 Gaming today, so we have to see how much he is going. Yeah, he's not going to finish with that. I can't see him finishing with that. There's 2 laps left after this. So he's currently going down the Mulsanne straight. He's got 8.3 litres left, and there's still another lap for him to run. We gotta hope that Ford EcoBoost Chip Ganassi car is definitely eco on the boost. I'd be telling it to sip. Looks like we got Night Pegasus behind. Night Pegasus has no front headlights as well. No front headlights. Looks like he's got no front end as well. Ooh. He's going to be map driving as well. He's lost that early too. The concentration's going to be immense. Yeah, definitely. There's a bit of front toe on there. There's Commander Cirrus just going under the Dunlop Bridge. Have a look where Darky is as well, because we're heading towards the end of the second session as well. So Darky's coming up under the Rolex sign, heading towards the left hand. We might stay on Dark Racing as it comes through. Second penultimate lap of session 2 Dark. Probably looking at about 2:55 in the morning game time as it goes through Indianapolis, accelerating up to Menage. I'm starting to stutter my words. I think it's time for me to have a cup of international roast. So it's definitely another lap here, so almost certain there's going to be another lap, which is probably not what Gear wanted. Definitely not what Gear 3 Gaming wanted. If it is, it's if he makes it on that field, that is Ford. Ford can definitely market that Ford GT as the most fuel efficient Ford currently in line. The Fiesta, who needs that? Buy a Ford GT. Starkey comes across the line. This will be his last lap. Yep, so we got Dark Racing 40 in first. The Yohurst Audi. Second, we got Aussie Carters and the A&M Audi as well. So about a minute behind. So those guys seem to be, the Audis seem to be kind of the class above where they need to go. Gear 3 Gaming's just pit in. He's called it. There was no way he was making that last lap. Third, we got Woody Lizard here. He's coming up to Dado and Toyota. So he's had a fairly quiet start of the race. He got unlucky. Woody, he's had to easily the first hour he's just spent overtaking GTEs there, as he's got a GTE in front of him. And an awkward spot as well there. If Porsche's curves are pain
pain in the backslide. That's definitely an easy second. We've got Knight Pegasus finally made pit lane there. Oh no. So at the start of the race, he loses the back end, and at the end of the race, he loses the front end. That would have... He'd done so well to kind of make up time as well too. That's an absolute shame. So I've just got a question from one of the guys here. Is this game good with controller or is a wheel needed? Most of these guys are racing with a wheel. I'm probably the only guy when racing with a controller, and I'm easily probably a few seconds behind. But when you look at, like we do another series with Renault, the Formula Renaults, I'm not too far behind the mid-pack. I'm definitely not as skillful as the guys up in front. So really, if you can get the controller set up, it can work for you. So, the wheel... But the wheel's probably definitely the way to go. I just been waiting out on the wheel for a while, and it's probably come to the point where my skill level on the controller cannot match the wheels anymore. I'm probably maxed out on pace there. Sato's lost his headlights again! Oh no! Oh, that was massive! Go back to that, that was huge! Oh... Yeah, we don't want to miss Dark Racing go across the line, but Sato looks like he's had a huge moment. Actually, we'll stay on with Darky here. He's coming through Porsche curves under the Michelin sign. Michelin Man actually has a real name, but I cannot remember. It's like Buhadun or something like that. I actually think it's his name, so... He's come through the forward chicane here. Last corner. Big congratulations to Dark Racing 40. He's taken it out the second session. Well done. Aussie car. Kenda Aussie cars. Actually, we might see where Commander Cirrus is relative on the track. We'll go back to Aussie cars. Commander Cirrus is coming up to the line. So. Actually, we've got a quick time to see if Sato's recovered from that monumental accident. He came into that... Oh, no! Oh, no! That car is probably undrivable at the moment. I really wouldn't be surprised. Jump by, Aussie Carter's there, so Aussie Carter's is just gone by. There's Sato! Oh, no. Actually, I think Commander Cirrus might be in front of Knight Pegasus. Aussie Cars comes across the line in the second place there. That's a good try for him. 29 seconds. There's Woody Wilson there. He's coming through. So, jump on board with Commander Cirrus. Coming up towards Indianapolis and the entry of Indianapolis there. Very quiet race there. Dado caught up very quickly there. And slight incident with Speedy the Bandit and Dado. I think there was dual contact in there, but that's affected the Dado's race there. But Dado's done well to recover, to be honest. Full points there for Dado. He's done a bloody brilliant job to bring that Aston Martin back home in second. Just a question of how does he end up so far behind. He got stuck behind cars and Porsche curves, I think it's just been the actual summary of the race. LMP car stuck behind GTE and Porsche curves. Sato's made it back to pit lane. He's done a bloody brilliant job to do that. We cut to the screen and we just see a Porsche sideways.
Well done to Commander Series here. Brilliant drive. The Corvette's 2 from 2 at the moment. So we go through the results here, and so the LMPH class, we've got Dark Racing 40, takes out the win. Aussie Carter's coming home in second, about a minute and 8 seconds behind here. 2 laps behind, we've got Woody Lizard in the Toyota in third. And Night Pegasus rounds out LMPH fourth, looks like 3 laps behind. With the GTEs, we've got Commander Cirrus in the Corvette taking first. Dado Racer with a good recovery job to come back up into second. Gear 3 Gaming tried to push it to the end, but sadly had to make the quick splash and dash has come home in third, and Sato with a wild last first lap has managed to come home in fourth. Fifth and sixth, 2 disconnections. Speedy the Bandit is disconnected, so he's still come home in fifth, and Default Trap, who disconnected earlier in the BMW, has come home in sixth. So that was session 2 of our 24-hour Le Mans with Australian New Zealand League, or Combined Racing League. If you do want to check out more of this, please go onto Facebook, have a look up Australian New Zealand Combined Racing Leagues. If you want to join our league, you're absolutely welcome to do that. Do just answer all the questions, and one of the admins will send you in. They also do have a website at ANZCRL-Weebly.com. I think that's the main website there, so all the events are posted up on there too. So do check that out if you just want to have a quick sneaky peek, see if this is what you're into, and absolutely do it. Just want to give a quick thank you to Slide Science. I know his voice hasn't been said. We've tried everything to get him into the broadcast, but it's just been unfortunate that I've had all my settings right. He's ticked all the parties, so it seems like we've had a little glitch in the actual broadcast here. I'm Matty Seeking saying thank you for watching session 2, and goodbye.